And I'm just proud to know you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Monique.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Amador County.
As well as our friends in Calaveras County. They're good folks, too. We help them out. People like the Josies, all those over there, the Delordos, Fishers.
We wish them well in Calaveras, absolutely, and hope that things are safe for them. And if they need help, they know they can come here.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Hi, my name is Desiree Carnell, and I'm Bobby Laughton's daughter. And you have now entered Command Central,
AKA the War Zone.
the War Zone. And this is where we we field calls for donations, for animal rescue, for welfare checks, and we organize basically the operation to save and rescue animals.
And that's an important part. This is what we're all about, is saving the animals and taking care of them. I notice I see Jen in the background here, and she's on the computer. We have a pretty large screen computer there. She looks like she's checking out maps and locations to find the best way in and out of these rescues and animal welfare checks.
Yes, we're trying to coordinate to make sure we're heading in the right direction. We're calling owners to make sure this is what they want. Just covering all of our bases, trying to get to as many animals as possible.
Are people out on animal calls right now?
They are. We're actually, Highway 26 is just open, and we are bringing food and water to people that haven't been home in a long time. So
That's wonderful. Yeah. About how many animals are on the property? Do you have any clue?
there's about 400 currently, ranging from chickens, rabbits, up to horses and cattle.
Is the llama still here?
I believe the llama is still here. So yeah, I think we're housing about 50 rabbits right now and hundreds of chickens. And
No animal is too small or too insignificant. That's what I really want to point out. Chickens, they're just as important as dogs, cats, and horses.
and actually we have a giant cockatoo in the house as well.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. So we're just happy to take anything that needs somewhere to go.
I also wanted to mention, there's been so many volunteers here, in the office or in the war room. Valerie Anderson has been key here. She finally went home last night. She's been here for days and days and days without sleep. I just wanted to say a little something about her.
Valerie is amazing. Valerie, we thank you for all your work that you've done here. Without her, we wouldn't have been able to get a lot of this done. She was sort of our coordinator, and she's been amazing. A much needed thanks to you, Valerie.
And it seems like things are more under control. There's processes and protocol that are put in place now, due to her assistance as well, and Greg and everybody else that's volunteering here. And so it's a little bit calmer, I see here.
Yes, we've got it down. It took a little bit of time, but we just, our ranch that opened its doors, we never thought that it would get to this point. So we're learning as we go.
And doing a great job of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been here the last few days, and so we thank you for your help on the phone.
My pleasure.
She got us really organized yesterday, so thank you.
My pleasure. I love to be here. And, our horses are here too, and our heart is here. So we're just very grateful to be here too.
Thank you.
Love you lots. Thank
you
you.
too.
I'm here with Jen. Jen, what's your last name?
Bowers.
Thank you, Jen Bowers. You've been here in the command center and just keeping everybody here on the ranch up to date by creating these huge whiteboards of rescue calls, of people that are available to trailer, and just everything from, openings on roads and closures on roads, everything under the sun.
Drivers, road closures, rescue missions.
How many days have you been here?
I don't even know what day it is.
Have you gone home at all?
No.
Aw, so you've probably been here 4 or 5 days, I imagine, at least.
Probably.
Yeah. We're very grateful that you're here, and you're doing a fabulous job. This woman can work with very, very little sleep, which I cannot say for myself, but you do a really good job of it.
Yeah, I get a little cuckoo sometimes, but I did sleep last night, so I'm good.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, thank you for your help here. You're doing an amazing job. She's keeping everybody organized and keeping the communication open by establishing these whiteboards so everyone knows what's going on.
Yep.
All right.
This is where you come if you need to know what's going on.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, we're here kind of giggling and laughing a little bit about what we look like, because a lot of us have been here day after day after day, little sleep and hopefully a shower, but not always.
That's true.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Edna Overstreet. This is my husband.
I'm Martin Overstreet.
And I love your tag, Martin, Edna's husband. That's his job.
It's his full-time job. So we are full-time ministers. We have our own ministry, Reach the World International. In fact, we're leaving for Israel next week to minister in Israel. We're retired law enforcement. Martin just retired a month ago after 26 years, and we're here really to pull the animals off the hill. We've been in very serious situations with fire burning around us, literally.
So you're also driving the truck and trailer.
We are. Our main support here really is driving and giving grief and counseling to the victims of this entire situation, and keeping it at a pace really that people can handle for themselves. You know, when you see a lot of grief and you've had your whole home burned out, it could come over you like a tsunami, and you don't know how to handle all of those emotions.
And I think a big part in addition to that is then when you have to bring your animals here because you no longer have a place to keep them. And it's hard. You know you're not giving them away, but it feels like you are because you're entrusting them in someone else's care.
The happiest moment, one of the happiest moments we had was we worked with a lady for 30 plus hours to beg her to come off the hill with her animals. And at the last minute, when we couldn't get in, somehow miraculously God opened that door and we were able to get through. Get her out, get the animals out, and actually go back for a second load. And the miracle in all of that is she's been here every day to be reunited with her animals. So it's been key. We got to take 4 little horses home yesterday. We were the first out team to take home, and when they saw their ranch, they were like newborn puppies. They're just bouncing all around, rolling, snorting, having a great time. So the other end of that is the success stories. So that's been exciting.
And that's been really exciting. And it's just wonderful when the animals can go home with their owners. And, you know, this could be long term for some of the animals, you know, until people are able to rebuild their barns or refence their properties. And the Laughtons have graciously accepted that and know that could be part of, you know, of this whole thing. There's also going to be animals that, you know, probably won't be taken home. Maybe some people just don't have a place for them anymore. And I do remember seeing a lady coming in last night. She came to drop her dogs off, and she was just in tears. She was so grateful, and just, you know, it's such an amazing opportunity that the Laughtons have offered this ranch here in basically the middle of town in Jackson. It's not some out far place, but right here where people can actually get to.
And that's true. The Laughtons have been amazing with their graciousness, and to pull together an operation of this size and everybody coming together. It's not like they had emergency evacuation training, and Martin and I both handling incident packages in law enforcement. We understand the magnitude of what could go wrong and what did go wrong, but they handled everything so well, and they're so organized. Every animal has a card with what it needs to eat and when it was last watered, and we connected with all the owners. And so the operation, as it grew, they had awareness enough to keep everything organized, which is phenomenal under stress.
Right. And it started as a few friends can bring their animals, and all of a sudden it turned into a community of animals.
Exactly. And look, we have some visitors.
Hi, guys. Oh, aren't they cute? My gosh. And I'm a big horse lover. We have a horse here. And Bobby, she's a professional horsewoman, I would call her. She had the whereabout to know to keep the boarded horses up and away, knowing that these animals coming in hopefully are healthy, but maybe they're not. And
Correct.
so to keep the normal herd, you know, in a healthy atmosphere, keep them away from the newcomers. And she's just a smart lady.
Well, we're horse owners too. In fact, the fire broke out on Wednesday evening. That Monday, I had to put down my beloved horsey BFF.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's been a good distraction to save everybody else's animals, and we just have such a compassion. And you know, there's so many backstories, Monique. Like, we have a 12-and-a-half-year-old at home, and we have CHP's wife that is helping us run our ranch and help with our 12-year-old, because her husband's pulling doubles and triples on the road, and she's like, but this is helping me to help the community while you help the community. And so there's thousands and thousands of backstories that's made this whole thing work.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, because what would you do with your kids? A lot of the schools have been closed as well.
Exactly. We're a homeschooling family, and so she's a homeschooling family. So, and a shout out to every EMS. We have fire people from all all over. We were reading signs today. San Diego, Riverside, Sacramento. I mean, it was just amazing the amount of fire trucks that were passing us. We were just reading the signs and fire crews and PG&E and every single little crew that's worked tirelessly around the clock. So when my body starts getting tired, or Martin's, we just remember that they're doing it too, and we just keep going. And if we have to wait to get in till 2 o'clock in the morning till a road opens to pull out these animals, we wait until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and pull them in.
That's been the case quite often lately, until we're able to get an escort so that you can go into these areas that have been restricted due to the fire.
The roads have been horrendous. We've been up and down this mountain I don't know how many times, and it really does look like the far side of the moon. I can't explain it to you. There's areas that the trees literally blew, and there's gigantic holes in the ground where the tree once was.
Wow.
It's just it's hard to explain. You'll go down the road, there'll be a house standing, and then everything else is decimated, and then there'll be a random house or a barn standing. Fire, it's so unpredictable. One little bit of wind change can make it swirl and do anything it wants.
Right, make or break it.
Yeah. So we're excited to be here. We're just humbled to be a part of it. I keep saying on Facebook, nobody here that I know wants any name out there or fame out there, but if I could really build anybody, it would be this ranch and how they have built people and comforted people and opened their doors graciously to all these people and all these animals. It's phenomenal. And
it's not the first time that the Laughtons have opened their gates and their doors to help the community. There was a drill team, and there was actually just a group of young ladies that loved horses, couldn't necessarily afford them, their parents couldn't afford them, and she provided little jobs around the ranch in trade for them to ride so they could have an opportunity to experience it here. And she's done that for years. She's really been amazing. She had a drill team organized for quite a long time. Of course, you don't get paid for that. And then I remember we had a service here one time when Logan was pastoring it. And Mackenzie sang. Morgan, do you remember what that was for, that purpose, when Mackenzie sang up on the stage and Logan was the pastor? It could have been just a general service to get people together and to pray and to recognize, the value of life and the ranch here.
Well, I would just ask people to keep on praying. This fire's got to go out, and we're not the only ones burning here. There's so many other lives at stake, and I just ask that people still band together day and night. And if you can't even afford a dime or a dollar to give, you can spend time on your knees. And as far up the hill as you can see, there's horses stacked up there, and it's just the most beautiful sight, and they're peaceful. Everything's calm here.
That's what I've noticed. You would think in a crisis situation, animals displaced suddenly, taken in the middle of the night into trailers they've never even been in, that there would be a little chaos. But these animals are so calm, it's almost amazing.
Yeah, it is supernatural what's happening here, and that the animals are not fighting amongst themselves, and they're from all different kinds of ranches and situations. And you walk around, the dogs are laying down. You don't hear any dogs barking or screaming or crying. You don't hear the goats and the sheep bellowing. The horses are not screaming and biting each other. It's so calm and peaceful.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
And so it's just, we love the Laughtons and very grateful to be able to be here and for them to open their doors.
Well, we're ready to get back out there and pick up who we need to pick up and do welfare checks. So thank you
Thank you very much. And thanks so much, Martin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job.
My name is Willis Lamb. Last name is spelled Lamm.
So what are you doing here? What organization and group are you with? And I know you've donated quite a few supplies. So just tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. Well, we're from Lyon County, Nevada. We brought 3 trailer loads of equipment and feed for the animals in the program that you've got going on here. I'm with Lyon County Animal Services and also with one of the nonprofit groups that does the technical large animal rescue under the umbrella of the state of Nevada. And we're kind of rural areas that depend on each other, so it may seem unusual for Nevada people to come in to help California, but I got to tell you, we can hit hard a couple of times too, and it was sure great to see the Californians come across and help us out.
Absolutely.
So it's just how we have to do things in a rural area.
I agree. I spoke with you on the phone. I was taking calls in the call center, and you were first to identify yourself, make it easy for me to understand the magnitude of the type of help you could bring in and have brought in. I want to thank you for that. We have lots of people asking what they can bring. You know, do we need a bale of hay or do we need a halter? And yes, we do need that, but we also need the big supplies and the big guns like you guys to come in and assist us.
Well, we're going to do the best we can, and we're going to try to help network across with some of the other groups. Actually, the hay that came in here was paid for by an organization in Connecticut. So,
That's amazing.
yeah, so people all over the country are aware of the problems going on in California. The big thing is to get the outreach working so that the right people are connected, and also this is a good example of a very well organized relief effort and a rescue effort. I think what's really important going forward is that groups like this, and we've learned this in Nevada and we learned it the hard way, but groups like this avail themselves of some specific training. In fact, they can come over to Nevada and train. It's free. And then start integrating with the local public safety agencies. Because I got to tell you, I spent almost 30 years in the fire service. We can't do it all. You know, we can break our butts out there. We can't do it all. And the citizens are going to want to protect their homes, and they're going to want to protect their animals. Some of these things we have to be willing to delegate to other groups that prove their competence. And I think that's one of the things you're going to learn here in Amador County.
Absolutely. And, you know, nobody really knows when a disaster is coming, if it's coming. Probably hasn't really been seriously thought about here on the ranch until it was actually in process. And so for the last minute, get it together, and the long term, we're grateful for all the volunteers, grateful for people like you who have the knowledge, advice, and can help us get a long-term plan in place, can help us bring in other types of assistance. So very, very grateful for you, Willis.
Well, we're happy to help out, and we're certainly, as this thing winds down, if there's ways that we can help coordinate, and because it's to all of our benefit. The more qualified and the more capable you are over here, when we're getting our backsides beat, we'll be coming your way. We're going to be looking to you for help, and that's how it's got to work. So, unfortunately, this is a really high pressure learning situation. But I got to tell you, I've been to a number of these things over the years, and this is one of the best organized groups I've ever seen.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for talking with me. Thanks for everything you've done for the community. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now we're going to go unload some gear for you guys.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
All right.
We're back with Laura in the Animal Care Division. Laura, the famous sow here that everybody has just been so happy to have here and excited to come and visit and look at is here in the background. And any sow would be happy with their very own mud puddle, which she has. You can see the animal's not in distress, very happy. In fact, all the animals are happy and calm. It's a really beautiful sight.
It is, and like I said earlier, that's amazing how quickly and wonderful they can acclimate to the condition. You know, being pulled out sometimes in the middle of the night in their home or from their home to something that they're not even have never been before. So it is amazing how well they get comfortable.
Well, and you know, just being around horses, sometimes it's hard to load your own horse into your own trailer in the middle of the day. They have their own fears, and to pick up animals in the middle of a fire, they know there's danger and it's dark, and get them here and then put them into the appropriate areas in the dark. It's just an amazing peace among the animals.
It is, and we have a great rescue team. That's the important thing of sending experienced people out, people that know what kind of condition they're going into. You know, these are fire burnt areas that, you know, could be unsafe in the first place, and getting animals that have no idea what's going on. So it's nice to be able to have a team go out that's experienced and comfortable in handling those situations.
Absolutely. I was in dispatch the past couple of days, and what was, you know, unique is that each team that went out, truck and trailer and team, had a specialty. Many of them know certain pigs and can handle pigs or can handle rabbits or can handle horses. The truck and trailer size had a lot to do with who went where, because some trailers are too long to get into spots, or there's so many animals, we needed the longest trailer possible to get as many animals in. And so just, you know, the command center there has such a fine tune on putting people where they need to go, and very grateful for that.
Exactly. You know, trying to find a vehicle that could go in like a pilot car, you know, going and checking and seeing if the area was, you know, one, safe for them in the first place, and two, the turnaround space. If they got in there, could they get out? We kind of called it the convoy. You made sure that you did have sufficient trailers. You don't want to show up with a 3-horse slant trailer for cattle. So making sure that they have stock trailers and the appropriate trailers for the goats and the pigs, and making it easier for the rescue team to go out there.
And to take the pens for the small animals with them, anticipating that they'll be able to find them in the dark and gather them and take them back here.
Exactly. They all go home or go out with dog crates and small cat crates, just in case they do come across something, if that's not what the call had anticipated in the first place.
Well, thank you again, Laura. So nice talking with you, and we really appreciate all of your help here. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
As you can see behind us, more volunteers unloading hay, driving forklifts, heavy equipment, getting all these donations to the areas that they need to go to. It's just been an unending amount of people and volunteers from the community and donations from the community that just really outstand anything that I've ever seen before. I want to thank Amador County, Calaveras County, and everyone who's been so gracious in volunteering and donating. This is Monique Grazade with TSPN TV and Out and About. Thank you so much for watching.